Everybody, Bennett for the Bonehead podcast, and it's a big news day in Mantic world. It's about 3 p.m, and if we bounce over to the Mantic website, there is a big thing happening at 3 p.m, and I think it's going to be the brand new army. And I was right, we have got the Xirkaali Empire landing in Mantic.
Xirkaali, a distant empire known to few in the West, founded by the risen slaves of old Ophidia and hardened men of the East. Now called by a rift that endangers the world. Such power cannot be trusted to others. So the Xirkaali march like never before, with legions that tower over normal men, thundering beasts, creatures of myth, and sly rangers that stalk the forests. Where they go, mages are hunted, cities are claimed, and the empire grows. The Western powers must resist, or kneel at the throne of the great beast.
Alright, so it is essentially gnolls, I guess, a gnoll army for Mantic. Let's see if there's more information on the site yet. That was literally just after 3 o'clock they dropped the video. We've got nothing yet. I'm assuming that video is the bit of news. So it is gonna be dog people with kind of like it's an Eastern vibe, right? It's not Cathay, but it's that kind of style. So from your fantasy thing, from your fantasy vibe, let's bring up the video again. Let's pause it and let's bring up on the screen and we can have a quick look. Don't leave my face. So you've got some salamanders fighting it. And you've got, now it does look like they're kind of like, it really looks like gnolls, like from D&D. You've got that kind of hyena face. So you're kind of like dog slash hyena people with this Cathayan fantasy, Eastern fantasy vibe, which is really interesting. I did say like dog people was one of my guesses. Dragon people I think would have been even better, but they kind of got that already with the salamanders. They've gone for dog people, and that's a really interesting vibe. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if I was expecting this or not. We kind of saw it on the like the art that they showed off on one of those videos, one of the intro videos. So it could be very, very, very cool. It depends on what the unit's like. It kind of, I just wonder how easy they're going to be painted, because they've painted and done a great job on this intro video. Like they've gone all out. All right, so we've got the dog people who look significantly bigger than humans. So it's almost like gnolls slash werewolves, almost. Then you've got humans who come along with them, who kind of look like monks, human monks that go alongside them. You've got some, what is essentially right, foo dogs being ridden by dog people. That's going to be your heavy cavalry unit. And then you've got a very cool, obviously Chinese style dragon, with a beautiful, no, that's a basilisk, isn't it? You've kind of got the Chinese dragon style moustache, but you've got multiple feet. It looks like a snake basilisk. That's pretty cool, a big old unit. Then you've got this guy, another dog face dude, and this is the rangers they talk about. That is full on gnoll ranger. So I mean that fits and is very different in the world of Mantic, right? They've got lizard people, and now they're kind of opening up to this gnoll thing. It's the hunched over bit that makes it feel like this is straight out of kind of like D&D or Pathfinder, which I don't think is a bad move. Ooh, look at that. So that's one of the foo dogs they're riding. And you've got a siege happening with their, I mean, that's probably going to be their line troops then, who don't look a huge amount bigger than humans. And then you've got them facing off against the Trident Realms again. So it's gnolls. It is gnolls. It is basically gnolls, which is cool. Right, you got some salamanders. Now those salamanders, I don't know if I've seen them before. I don't know if I've seen those before. I know that salamanders are getting a STL range, so it looks like there might be a new unit. They're very cool looking trolls as well, and you've got what looks like a big fancy hero there for Trident Realms. So Trident Realms clearly getting some love on this release as well. I'm assuming that's stuff for the box set. So it is going to be the Xirkaali Empire, and basically it's gnolls. And building on that, we have got the Kings of War launch site up and running, so we can actually get a look at what's coming out in November. Okay, so we've got Kings of War 4th edition Claws in the Sand 2-player starter set and a 4th edition starter set bundle. That one looks like it's got all the models and the starter kit. You've got a Panathor map, so you've got the core rulebook, you've got map and turn counters. There's a ton of stuff to look at. So we're going to start a look at the starter set first, because that's where you start. Here's the starter set. Okay, so this is the Claws in the Sand starter set, and we've got some cool new stuff here. So this is sign. Oh, placoderms, right. That's it. So they weren't salamanders, they were placoderms. That's my bad. So 16 hips, hard plastic Xirkaali warriors, 10 Yan infantry, 1 Mastercraft resin Xirkaali matriarch, 6 depth horrors, love those, 12 placoderms, 10 riverguard, depth horror eternal, a slimline rulebook, getting started, and 2 army profile sheets. So let's have a look at the models here. Can we zoom in? We can zoom in. So we have got, so that will be the who is that? That'll be the matriarch then, I guess. So this dog leader is the matriarch. That makes sense. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that looks like the, yeah, those are the big dogs. So the dog people are actually ogre sized essentially. So you've got 4 to a troop. So you've got 16 of those guys. You've got a unit of the priest guys. What are they called? Yan infantry, just Yan infantry. So really different design here. So you've just got a starter set with essentially 4 troops of big infantry, so ogre-sized infantry, maybe a little bit smaller than ogre-sized infantry. You've got 1 unit of light infantry, you've got a hero, and then you've got the river trolls and the new placoderms there. It's interesting, they've actually gone so far as to brew these up as a regiment as well, which is very cool. So there's your placoderms, and these are nice. I'm smitten, I think, more by the Trident Realm stuff than I am by the Xirkaali. So Riverguard we know, placoderm we know, depth horrors, and a depth horror eternal. I love these depth horrors. They are just wicked models. Absolutely love that. So that's £100 for that starter set. That's a lot of models. That's a lot of models, and you get the slimline rulebook. Now, if you are backing the companion, you don't need the rulebook. This is all going to be on the app, which I really love. And this is all hips, except for a resin matriarch, hard plastic. Hard plastic is the depth horror, is PVC as well. So you've got hard plastic everywhere, which is very cool. And then the 125 version, this one says is due to ship in November, is exactly the same, but it comes with the book. Okay, so those are, let's get rid of that, let's get rid of that. Those are the first of the options here, and then we're going to have a look. So you've got the rulebook bundle for £75. You've got a huge stuff there on the turn counter. One-click ultimate Xirkaali bundle. Rulebook £37.50. Kings of War Invasion expansion book 1. This I'm very excited for. A softback Joshua Reynolds stand at Cullenspire. Xirkaali Battalion. Let's have a look at you. A battle group for £50. Xirkaali Hunter battle group. These are big old gnolls. You've got the Xirkaali Got Glue Dragon. A Xirkaali Hero Pack. And then you've got a Halfling Battalion, which makes sense because the Halflings are part of this new book. Then you've got the Lion Snarl Cavalry. You've got War Engines. Halflings, looks like we've already seen those. You've got Xirkaali, oh god man, I don't even know how to say that, Shao Quan, Xirkaali Witch Hunter, Trident Realm Battalion with the placoderms and the river trolls. Trident Realms, we've seen that. We've seen that's what you want, the Ocean Spawn Battle Group. All the new models for Trident Realms. You've got Twilight Kin Battalion with what looks like a new hero there as well. Ogres, we'll have a look at the Ogres quickly. A Northern Alliance Battalion. It looks like there might be a new model there. You've got Kings of War game accessories set. What is that? You've got token set. That's interesting. You've got scenarios. You've got a jungle neoprene gaming mat. Hero base. That's cool. That's cool. Modular plastic bases. That is 100% the right thing to do. That is very cool. I was thinking about having some of them designed actually. Because Trips has been printing mine. Right, so this is the first book. So the way this edition of Mantic of Kings of War is going to be, you've got the release and all the rules and all the army stuff's all on the companion the whole way through. But they are doing expansion books twice a year where they're going to look at 3-4 factions, maybe have some new models, maybe have some new options for those factions, but progress the narrative, which is where I'm very excited about this game. So this is expansion book 1, Invasion. So Kings of War Invasion is the first expansion book for Kings of War 4th edition. It's crammed with rich lore stories, art and full army lists for the Xirkaali Empire, Trident Realm, Halflings and Salamanders. The Xirkaali Empire has arrived and the world trembles. As their forces surge across land and sea, the Western powers face an enemy unlike any before. But in the chaos, old powers stir and new opportunities rise. Introducing the ancient Xirkaali Empire, this exciting new book includes full army lists. We've just seen that. Okay, cool. So there is that book. That is going to be what you want if you are of Kings of War fashion. Okay, so this is the Xirkaali Battalion and Planestalkers Wild Fangs. So I'm assuming they're Planestalkers and I'm assuming they're Wild Fangs. So they're going to be bigger Xirkaali. And who's that lad then? A Witch Cage and a Witch Hunter. So I think we've seen that this might be the Witch Hunter and this will be the Witch Cage. So the deal with the Xirkaali is that they very much don't like wizards. So this is a Xirkaali Hunter. So these are ogre sized. And looks like you get, 12. So that's 3 troops for 50 quid. All right, that's not bad in the world of... That's quite a bit actually for Kings of War. That's cool. All right, this is December. And this is a beaut. Look at this. So this is the Goklu Dragon. The Xirkaali Goklu Dragon. Which is kind of basilisky. No wings. Big old model. Big old model. I'm intrigued. Does it say what base? It doesn't say what size base. That's a Titan. So that's got to be, I don't know, 80 by 80 base. That's a chunky boy. If that's a 55-50 base, that would suck. Okay, you've got a hero pack, a matriarch, siege master, Yan lieutenant, and Yan beastmaster. So I'm going to guess this is the beastmaster because he's on a horse. That's a lieutenant. So the Yan are the human auxiliaries for the Xirkaali Empire. Then the goodest boy there is the matriarch. I guess that makes it a goodest girl. And then this will be the siege master. This is really interesting. Like, you got sieging gnolls, which is very cool. Okay, now they've put up some battalions for other races. So let's see if there's new models inside. Iron Beast, Feastmaster, Greedy Guts, Sorcerer. So let's have a look at the halflings. I think all the standard infantry and the big beastie are all old, but these look like they might be new halfling models, which is very cool. I like the way Mantic do halflings. That makes them quite quite a unique force and a force in its own right. Okay, so this is the lion snarl. So these are the food dog style riders, which is funny because you've got big old ogre sized gnolls riding around on big not food dogs. They look like big bases to me. Maybe they're smaller than I think, and that's just 50 by 150, but they look big to me. So that's interesting. Big old boys there. You got does this set come with 2? So it's 1 mortar, 1 thwacker and 4 crew. So you get 2 of the war machines for the Xirkaali, and this is the Xiaoquan. Highly skilled in hand-to-hand fighting techniques, the Xirkaali Xiaoquan apes are fearless in battle, hurling themselves against even the mightiest enemy with abandon. So that looks like a single monster. Interesting. All right, that's quite cool. Then you got the witch hunter. Oh, God, I'm going to struggle with these names. Shugch. The Shugch. Yep, fine. Shugch. Big old chariot, basically, with 2 foo wolves and 1 big old lycanthrope looking dude pulling it along. Interesting. Okay, so we've got Twilight Kin Battalion as well. Twilight Kin are quite fascinating. Forgive me, Mantic guys, if this is an old model. I don't remember seeing it. I remember seeing all of the other stuff that's in this battalion. So infantry, your ogre guys, and you've got this hero who I think is new. And I think that's probably the nugget that we're going to get in that book. And I feel like that's an ogre hero that I don't know if I've seen him before. I may be wrong on this one. Ogre chariots, ogre crossbowmen, and ogre warriors. That's a chunky battalion. Yeah, I like that. I really like that as well. I think that's cool. And Northern Alliance. Cool. So I'm assuming, do you know, am I getting this wrong? I feel like that's new too. I'm not as au fait with the Mantic models yet, so it may be that I've just not seen it. But that's a good sized battalion as well. 2 regiments, 2 troops, some monsters, and a hero. That's a cool start. Accessories, handling measuring sticks, arc tool, yep, fair enough. Placement markers, which is deployment zones. Oh, cool. Okay, that's quite cool. That's quite cool. You've got all the game tokens. You've got these. Now, this I really love. I really love this because when it comes to basing your Kings of War stuff, like the whole draw, right, is to be able to build this scenic base. MDF is fine. Trying to print something different, it can tend to warp, so having some good plastic bases will be pretty good too. I really like that. All right, so that is everything that we can see so far when it comes to the 4th edition launch. So this is coming out in November. So the 2-player starter set is November, as is the rulebook. Now, originally, Mantic did say this was coming out in November, then it dropped back to December. It looks like they've snuck it up a bit. The rulebook itself is November as well. So I think I might have to bust out the card and pick up the 2-player starter set, because that looks like a ton of fun to have on the channel. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up. Let me know what you think of the new force in Kings of War, and we'll be back soon with more wargaming content. Happy gaming.